Hello students and welcome back to bankexamstudy.com. My name is Ramandeep Singh and today I'm going to share the Bank of Maharashtra Journalist Officer preparation plan. So this preparation plan would help you to make a proper strategy for your preparations. आप एक weekly basis पे plan बना सकते हो and you'll be able to complete your syllabus, right? So let's start the session with Bank of Maharashtra Journalist Officer Scale 2 course that is available on bankexamstudy.com. All the syllabus, all the contents that I'm sharing in this video, it will be available in the course. जो भी share करेंगे वो सारा course में available है. And list of our successful students in the past. All these students that took our courses in the past and they cracked their respective exams. So let's start the session with the online examination pattern. There is English language, quantitative aptitude, reasoning ability, and professional knowledge. 90 questions are there in the professional knowledge out of 150. 90. So as you can see, majority of the weightage is given to the professional knowledge. सबसे ज़्यादा importance professional knowledge की ही है. You need to score at least, I mean, this is not specific, but if you are able to score 40 plus in the professional knowledge, it is a very good mark. अगर आप 40 mark ले लेते हो professional knowledge में तो ये एक बहुत अच्छा mark गिना जाएगा. There is a sectional timing, 60 minutes are allotted to the professional knowledge, 20 minutes to quant, reasoning and English, 20 each. Okay. 20 minutes दिए गए हैं और 20 में जो questions हैं quant, reasoning, English में से आएंगे, right? Professional knowledge carries the most marks. Penalty for wrong answer is there, 1/4 होगा और normalization होगा scores का. In the professional knowledge, the most important part is the RBI circulars. RBI के circulars regular basis पे आते हैं. There are RBI circulars on a monthly basis. Actually, they are released on a daily basis, but we do our analysis on monthly basis. And some of the master circulars are there. For example, priority sector lending, KYC, IRAC norms, Basel norms, exposure norms, housing finance, sovereign gold bonds, lot more notifications are there that we are going to cover in the course. Then there are laws. Negotiable Instruments Act is the most important here. Then Coinage Act, IBC, SARFAESI, MSMED Act, Banking Regulation Act, RBI Act, Consumer Protection and RTA Act. Out of them, I would say negotiable instruments is the most important part. Every year there are questions from Negotiable Instruments Act. Banking regulation is important. Last year there were questions from MSME ED Act, surprisingly. But all of these acts are important. But I would say Negotiable Instruments Act is the most important part. Then FEMA, some of the questions would be there from FEMA as well. Quite possible. 90 questions बनाने हैं. Variety of topics से बनाएंगे. So financial management, ratio analysis is the most important part from financial management, I would say. You'll find a lot of questions from ratio analysis. Capital budgeting, I would say, is important. Working capital committees, working capital management, cost of capital, capital budgeting, time value of money, risk and return, Indian financial system. Out of them, I would say ratio analysis is the most important part. And from the RBI circular, priority sector lending is the most important part. Priority sector lending and KYC norms. Then in the module D, capital market, money market instruments, foreign currency accounts, remittances, news related to banking, mergers and acquisitions, monetary policy updates, digital banking, banking terms and abbreviations. And then government schemes are very important. This list is not comprehensive, I would say, but कुछ एक latest schemes हैं. विश्वकर्मा स्वनिधि, मुद्रा योजना, जनधन योजना, जीवन ज्योति बीमा योजना, अटल पेंशन योजना, MSME समाधान, सूर्य घर योजना, PMEGP, CGTMSE. So you are going to find questions from the government schemes part. This list is not complete. There are at least 50 plus government schemes which are important for your exam. You need to cover all of them. Okay. Moving forward. In the first week, I would highly recommend that you should do RBI circulars for last 6 months. Generally I recommend last 1 years of RBI circulars, but if you do not have that much time, last 6 months of RBI circulars should be sufficient. But you need to do RBI's master circulars. For example, the KYC guidelines, the IRAC norms, the Basel norms, the priority sector lending. These are some of the master circulars. They are very important for your exam. And then from the quantitative aptitude, you can do simple and compound interest, ratios and proportions, profit and loss, time and work, pipes and cistern, averages, mixtures, speed and distance. Do some practice questions, right? I won't recommend that you should spend much of your time on quantitative aptitude and reasoning. You should spend more of your time on professional knowledge, right? Data in the data interpretation, there are tables, castlets, pies and graphs. In the very first week, you should do this. That's it. In the second week of your preparations, 20 marks are there from reasoning ability. You should do puzzles and setting arrangements. And for the English language, you can do some reading comprehension, some cloze test, para jumbles and error detection. That's what you can do in the second week. And for the professional knowledge, you can do priority sector lending, KYC guidelines and IRAC norms, right? So that's what I recommend for the second week. Okay, you can note it down, or you can basically you should note it down and you can modify according to your needs. In the third week, you should do government schemes. So we are covering all the government schemes and the courses in the course. You can check it. In the reasoning ability, it's 20 marks. Please note it down. You can do coding, decoding, inequalities, blood relations, syllogism, machine input output. It would take like 3-4 days at least for these topics, right? In the fourth week, I would recommend you should focus on the laws. Laws are very important. Negotiable Instruments Act, it's the most important part. Do you need to remember the sections? One of the most common questions, sections yaad karne hain? The answer is yes. You are supposed to remember the section numbers. Okay. You can find 1 or 2 questions from the Coinage Act. Negotiable Instruments Act is more important. Then there is, Coinage Act, Banking Regulation Act, IBC, SARFAESI, MSMED Act, RBI Act, Consumer Protection and RTA Act. These acts are not very lengthy. You can easily cover each of them within an hour. Negotiable Instrument Act is going to take like 2 days, right? 2 दिन ये ले सकता है. But rest of the laws are not going to take much of your time. For example, this IBC, you can easily cover that within 1 or 2 hours. 1-2 घंटे में आप इसको easily cover कर सकते हो. Coinage Act, IBC, SARFAESI, they're not very difficult. Okay. In the fifth week, you should do ratio analysis. Ratio analysis is important. You are supposed to remember the formulas. For example, current ratio, quick asset ratio, inventory turnover ratio. They are important for your exam. Working capital committees, very important. Cost of capital, capital budgeting, time value of money. That's all I recommend, that itna hi kar lijiye, because ratio analysis is going to take a lot of time actually. It can take 2-3 days. In case there are questions from the ratio analysis, there will be like 5 to 10 questions from ratio analysis. Yes, agar question aaye to 5-10 aayenge, right? This is my recommendation for 5th week. For the 6th week, I would recommend capital market instruments, money market instruments, foreign currency accounts, remittances, news related to banking, monetary policy updates, mergers and acquisitions, digital banking developments, terms and abbreviations. We have a separate PDF for this. This can take like 2 days to cover. Although it is a 7-page of content, but I would request you to spend at least 2 days with it, right? In the 7th week, do your mock test. Up mock test lo, daily 1 mock. Anyways, you're going to spend 2 hours taking the mock and then you do the analysis. 3-4 घंटे आपको लग जाएंगे and you are a working professional. You can do just 1 mock a day. So 5 to 10 mocks more than sufficient. And then we make a power capsule. In the last 2 weeks, I expect that you are spending 3, 4, 5 hours with your studies, with the course. So power capsule we are going to share. It would be in the MCQ format. These are the most important questions. There will be like 2000 questions. Yes, you heard it right. There will be 2000 questions. In the last 10 days, I expect you to study these 2000 questions. Yes, there will be 250 pages, and in the last 10 days, you're supposed to read at least like 30 pages a day. So एक चीज को ध्यान रखिए, 2000 क्वेश्चंस हैं. You are doing your revision. All the topics that you have studied till now, जितना भी आपने पढ़ लिया है, उसकी रिवीजन के लिए ही हमने पावर कैप्सूल बनाएंगे. हम जो हम बनाएंगे फ्यूचर में वो रिवीजन के लिए होगा. सो रीड द पावर कैप्सूल फॉर रिवीजन. दिस शुड नॉट बी योर वन स्टेप सोल्यूशन. ये जस्ट वो नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप सिर्फ पावर कैप्सूल से ही तैयारी कर रहे हो. दिस इज नॉट द राइट स्ट्रैटेजी. पावर कैप्सूल इज मेंट फॉर द रिवीजन. So in the exam, there is a strategy for you. If you are taking the exam for the very first time, don't get stuck in the puzzles. अगर आप पहली बार एग्जाम दे रहे हो, पजल नहीं हो पा रही है तो मत करो. अगर पहले पेपर दे रखा है तो पजल कर सकते हो. Maximize your scores from the professional knowledge. That's what you should target. Anyways, the weightage is like 90 questions would be from professional knowledge. क्वांट रीजनिंग में आप 10 to 12 टारगेट करिए. 12 क्वेश्चन आप टारगेट करिए कि आपने आउट ऑफ 20 12 क्वेश्चन सही आंसर करने हैं. इवन इफ यू आर एबल टू स्कोर लाइक 7, 8, इट वुड बी ओके, इट विल बी फाइन. इंग्लिश में से 14 to 15 आप टारगेट करो. इट इज क्वाइट ईजी, नॉट ईजी बट इट इज क्वाइट पॉसिबल. इन द प्रोफेशनल नॉलेज 40 plus is good enough. It's good enough according to me. 40 plus is good enough. Out of 150, if you ask me, sir, what would be the cutoff? See, the cutoff for the general category, it should be around 60. Yes, it should be around 60. क्योंकि generally see, बैंक का एक इंटरनल पॉलिसी है कि जनरल कैटेगरी का 40% या 35% हमें चाहिए, राइट. इससे कम स्कोर वालों को हम कॉल नहीं भेजेंगे, नहीं तो नेक्स्ट ईयर हम एग्जाम ले लेंगे. सो 50 to 60 इज गोइंग टू बी द कट ऑफ एंड यू शुड टारगेट 70. हाउ यू कैन गेट द 70? 40 in the professional knowledge and 10 each in the quant, reasoning and English, right? Out of 90, 40 is quite possible, right? So 50 to 60 is going to be the cutoff. 70 you are targeting. Take some mock test. You'll get to know whether it is possible for you, but it is actually possible. Go through my course. It is very possible, right? Our success rate is really, really good. Bank of Maharashtra Generalist Officer course, in which we are providing video classes, notes, quizzes, power capsules, whatever we have discussed till now, it is available. List of our successful students in 2023. We are a very small institute. We hardly get 20-25 students, and out of them you can see we got I guess 13 final selections, right? So our success rate is roughly 40 to 50%. It remains around 40 to 50%. We hardly get 25 students, right? And our success rate is around 50%. That is why we give our number, because we don't have that many students. So in 2022 exam, we got 8 final selections. In 2023, we got 13 final selections. And this year, we expect even more number of final selections because there are more vacancies, right? So list of our successful students in the previous exams, all these students that took our courses and they cracked their respective exams. And I'm really, really happy for them. You can be one of them in the future. And yes, you're going to be, you're going to be one of them in the future for sure. And that's all for today. Thank you and have a very nice day. And this is my WhatsApp number 906720100. In case of any doubt, you can contact me and I'm going to answer all your doubts. And that's all for today, students. Thank you and have a very nice day. Bye-bye.